Is it gay to make an embroidered pillowcase for another woman so she can think of you before she falls asleep? Asking for a friend. That was not an episode. That was a cinematic experience. That was a whole sit down with your popcorn and 3D glasses experience. I wish I was a bathtub. I wish I was a bathtub. It is dangerous for there to be that much electricity in the water.
Pin really said it's free real estate.
Put every single kiss from this scene in an art museum. This is why Becky always looks so happy, because this is her job. This is not work, this is the dream. If this was everyone's job, there would be world peace tomorrow, okay? Greenbeck's ancestors must have done some really good deeds. Hoo hoo hoo. We're nearly at the halfway mark, and we are in it now. We are in the sea of lesbianism without a life jacket. The romance in this episode, unprecedented, unparalleled. Their relationship is so romantic, it makes couples feel single. Prince Anand joins Preek as defender of the lesbians. We just need 2 more characters to become lesbian defenders, and then we can have like an Avengers scenario. Marvel should get on that. Pin is in her cottagecore wife era. She is the queen of crafts. And Neil Pin really went from just starting out a romantic relationship to being married. That is the lesbian way. Get a job. Stay away from her. Every single video, I'm like, this has to be the last that we see of this dude, and it never is. It's like Groundhog Day. For Lady Pin, who is quite reserved and polite and is not really the biggest fan of direct verbal communication, to lay it out for him in plain Thai, that's how you know it's bad. I could feel my ovaries shrinking whilst I was watching this scene. In fact, during this scene, my ovaries packed their suitcases and left my body. Nobody in this universe wants to respect boundaries. Nobody in this universe wants to read a room. There were so many time jumps in this episode, it may as well have been an episode of Doctor Who. I was expecting a TARDIS to appear at some point. Becky would make a great Doctor Who, and Freen can be her companion. Someone commented that Pranot seems a bit fruity, and I think they may be right. I mean, I know you shouldn't judge somebody, you know, off appearance, but if it's giving fruit cocktail. The boiled egg makes another cameo, and I have to say, its performance was outstanding. This video is about episode 7, but I just want to say I am already seated for episode 8 for lesbian scientific reasons. In fact, I'm so seated, I'm not going to move from this spot until episode 8 comes out. They will find my skeleton here in 100 years because I am simply that seated. Hi guys, welcome to a video, and in today's video, I'm just going to be reviewing episode 7 of The Loyal Pin. As usual, these videos are not scripted. It's just me and my gay notes joining forces to fight crime and avenge the lesbians. So if this video is unhinged, if it makes no sense, that's called art imitating life. So it turns out the end of episode 6 was all a dream. Classic. But the Oscar-worthy tear, that was real. I really loved this moment. I think this might have been my favourite moment. No, the bathtub was my favourite moment. This was probably my second favourite moment in the episode because you could just feel the depth of their connection here. I think the fact that Greenbeck have made themselves so emotionally vulnerable and just poured everything that they have into these roles
creates an authenticity in these moments which allow for the audience to emotionally connect with them.
It's the Greenbeck magic. It soon turns out that the cure to Pin's sickness was attention from a nin. Apparently lesbianism has magical healing properties in this universe. I love that no matter how sick they are, they both somehow always find the energy to create lesbian tension. That's not really most people's priority when they get sick, but the lesbianism is so strong it prevails through the sickness. As discussed earlier, Pin crafting things for a nin is just quintessential lesbian cottagecore behaviour. This show is just so deeply lesbian. The worrying, the caring, the crafts. Pin is already her wife. You know? No dating, only wife. And then we have the bathtub scene, where Anil Pin are both testing the waters about their relationship being an exclusive one. They look like beautiful mermaids. The chemistry in this scene was chemistrying. All I have to say is that Possessive Pin is relevant to my interests. The chemistry was so intense I got butterflies in this scene. Preek turns the dramatics up to level 1000 this episode. We love a queen who isn't afraid to cry. She is invested. I mean, Preek is practically the third person in that relationship, so, you know, I get her heartbreak. Don't wanna close my eyes. I don't wanna fall asleep cause I miss you, babe. The lesbian goodbye, it's always 72 hours long. This is known. It was very emotional watching Pin, watching a Nin leave. It's emotional watching Inception. It's just a very emotional time. They've just started this romantic relationship with each other and they're both very deeply in their feelings. And now they're being ripped apart. Lesbian dramas, they love lesbian suffering. What more is there to say? Luckily, Princess Patamika comes through with the wise, soothing words, complete with emotional petal falling. Over in England, a Nin's brother is on lesbian defense duty, trying to fend suitors off worldwide edition, and he has to defend her in every language he knows.
This episode should have been sponsored by Duolingo.
However, one suitor does slip through his defences, and this suitor is not of the male variety. You can hear Lady Pin's Kill Bill sirens all the way from Thailand. So the whole thing with Miss On, it just kind of came out of left field.
Lady Pin does provide some background information which enlightens us somewhat, but
she went from smiling at a Nin to assaulting her real quick. 1 minute I was laughing along and the next minute I was horrified. Okay, that's what the ladies say about me. But I'm guessing she has some relevance later on in the story and that's why they included it. Speaking of horrified, Master Kuar is back, as discussed earlier. Everything about this scene made my ovaries recoil.
Preek being shook and disgusted by the audacity of men, a whole mood.
I just don't know what else there is to say at this point about Kuar that hasn't already been said. It's like every time we see him, his delusions intensify. I know you're repulsed by the sight of me, but if you'd only give me a chance, you'd learn to love me. Your wants and feelings don't come into it at all.
Lady Pin spoke for all lesbians with her response, period.
I think this parallel of rejecting very persistent suitors was supposed to show just how much Anil Pin are committed to each other, but yikes. And the thing is, I know people like Kuar and Miss On exist in real life, but again, yikes. Fast forward to Preek bargaining parcels from a Nin in exchange for food. Maybe this is why she's been so invested in Anil Pin's relationship. She saw a business opportunity and she took it. We love a trades queen. This wax seal stamp is married behaviour. The letters are so romantic. The letters are poetry. That is a gorgeous pen. I told you the yearning was going to break the meat of this episode, and it did. Then we get yet another time jump, and we see Lady Pin is now working as a translator. We love a woman of employment. We love a woman of words. My babies are growing up. She has leveled up, and so has her fashion sense. This is my favourite fashion era of hers. I love this outfit so much.
It's giving Carol meets Grease vibes, and I'm here for it.
Then we have a really sweet connective moment between Lady Pin and Princess Patamika, where Princess Patamika gives Lady Pin a whole gorgeous car. She is like a Thai Carol Ed for real. The rich, older, unmarried woman is lesbian catnip. I thought this moment was really nice because the series hasn't really had a chance to explore the relationship between Lady Pin and Princess Patamika all that much because they're not the focus. But it is quite an important relationship, so I think moments like this are
just a nice reminder of that.
I think the whole Pin expressing concerns over her status and comparing herself to the other people in Anin's life is setting us up for what's to come, because it's clearly going to be an issue for them down the road. Not only are they going to have to contend with the fact that they're two women trying to have a relationship but status is also such an important thing. I think their difference in status is going to be an equally huge issue. And this is why I'm savouring all the romantic moments that we have now, because I know at some point everything is going to go up in flames. The lesbian suffering will be upon us soon. I thought the ending was perfect. I definitely saw it coming that Anin was going to actually be behind her, but they framed it in such a beautiful, perfect way. It was gorgeous. My babies are reunited, but for how long? Episode 8 looks wild as hell. Jealousy, romance, mild BDSM. I just have a feeling next episode is probably going to be the wildest episode yet. Everybody needs to prepare. Everybody needs to strap in. Okay guys, let me know your thoughts on episode 7 down in the comments section below. Let me know what your favourite moment was. Let's communicate. Don't forget to subscribe for instant disappointment, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!